we're going to win. And we're going to win a championship. Otherwise, why are we doing it?
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Star Chasers Girls Talk Ball. As you guys know, it's your girl, Cravin Cowboys. And as always, I got my sis, StarChasers and the sports in the building. How you doing tonight, sis?
Sorry. Doing good, everybody. Glad to be here for another episode of Star Chasers Girls Talk Ball. You know, it's always great when me and my girl Mickey can get together. But y'all know what to do when you come in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. And also, please comment. Please comment below. Comment in the live chat. We like to interact with you guys during the live show. But if you're watching on the playback, please comment below. We like to respond to your comments. So really appreciate everybody who's in here now. We know that there'll be more people coming in. So.
Yes, really appreciate you guys. I'm really trying to still need to share this on Twitter. But yeah, if you guys come in, like Star said, make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. We're really just going to jump right into the content. I mean, just kind of coming up. I know it's been a few days since Sunday night, but I'm still just kind of baffled that the game could really end in a tie. I really was just saying to Star that, I was really hoping for the game to keep going. I was actually ready for like another round of, the Cowboys getting the ball back and seeing what we can do to come back down the field. But so I'm still feeling like the game ended kind of suddenly. It's kind of just like, man, like, what happened to the rest of the game? So it's just for it to end like that. I feel like there were emotions all over this game. And when we just seen the sounds of the sidelines come out, we saw both sides. I feel like it was written all over Micah's face. I just feel like, not that he was playing for us, but I just feel like he just wanted to be with his guy. You saw at the end of the game, he was, hugging Diggs, dapping up Dak. Dak kind of gave him a little noogie, like you talk about Dak being his mentor. You see Dak kind of show it in just those few moments. In just those few moments,
right.
You kind of just see the relationship that
right.
Dak
You
and
saw
Michael
exactly.
Have
really had
each other. What's your thoughts on that, sis? Because I just love that it's open. Like people see like just how close they really are. Like even going to joke it with Diggs and Parsons, like, hey, y'all making out over there. Like you really see the closest of the brotherhood between these guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt the same way. I don't think anybody I feel like you need to fire the clock. Whoever the clock manager is, you need to be fired. Because if that was any other team, y'all would have let the clock run out. Right. And they would have got the W. So stopping the clock magically at 1 second, like, come on, be for real. Now, granted, had we had an actual capable, he's on the thumbnail today. Our new slogan, the Cowboys content creators, our new slogan is "Hit the Road, Jack." Because if Jack Sanborn could have just simply, turned around. But honestly, he shouldn't even have been in the damn position, because it's like, why would you? How many times you gonna have Jack Sanborn trying to cover Matthew Golden? Like that
Man,
type of shit is just stupid. But anyway, and they just literally targeted that. They targeted Matthew Golden sitting down in the zone in between the linebackers on that 4th and 7 play, and they did the exact same shit. Now, luckily, because Zach Sanborn's head was in the way, it wasn't a touchdown. But at the same time, we needed a pick or that ball to hang in the air a little bit longer, so it would have been clear the clock was 0. But anyway, yeah, I definitely. I put on Twitter, I was like, bro, I really had y'all was really trying to convince me that like Dak didn't like Micah and Dak secretly, you know, forced Micah out of here and all of this shit, you know, and I didn't believe it at first, but people had some very compelling arguments like, yeah, they wasn't on the same page, they didn't like each other, you know, look at how Dak
was Micah's team. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a lot of weird shit. I told you, I was like, I just felt weird about some of the narratives that was going on, but you could clearly see, even what's up, Kelvin and Brandy, glad to see you guys in the chat.
What's up, y'all?
But he said I can't get into chat on Star's channel. Oh, why you can't get into the chat? Something go wrong with my YouTube? Hold on. Uh-oh.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. Yeah, I see yours is live.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like I'm loud. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to get into the chat, Kelvin. I can go and check and see if there's some issues. But anyway, yeah, you just clearly saw that
yeah, even I see what he means. It's like yours is live, but there's no live chat going.
Huh. That is weird as hell. Okay, let me see.
Are your channels connected?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, they have to be connected. That's the only way it's streaming.
Yeah, they are.
Y'all give me a second. I'm going into the control room. Let's see what's going on. Because I don't know why the chat... Oh, yeah, it doesn't have my chat up here.
Oh, it might be in your... It says saying mini view for kids. It might be in one of the settings.
Oh, yeah, it's because... No, it ain't supposed to be made for kids. How did it get that? Oh, I gotta go out, bro. Okay, yeah, I gotta edit it. I was wondering. I was like, dang, we ain't got our people in here.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that, Kelvin. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I don't know if they'll let me to edit the details midstream. No, it's not made for kids. Who the hell said that? Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, it says changes saved. Let me go back into the photos. Live chat replay. Yeah, okay, let me see if y'all can see it now. Okay, yeah, the chat is up. So the chat is up now. Awesome. It was just a weird setting. Sorry about that. I don't know how it got selected for kids or whatever. But yeah, appreciate that. But anyway, I think you could see during the week how Dak and Micah felt about each other, because Micah said, you know, I love Dak. He's always been he's a mentor to me. And, you know, Dak on his interview was saying he loved Micah and Micah is a friend to him. And him and Micah, I can see you in my chat.
Talking about each other.
Right? Like, I love him, and you know we're competitors, and we always joke with him. And Dak was like, I was even just talking to my fiance about it. Like, that means at home I talk about Micah. I have a relationship, and I felt the need to be like, me and Mike. I was reminiscing about Micah with my fiance and what he means to me.
Exactly.
So. And then you clearly saw at the game that they love each other and they have a close relationship, and that They admire that. Micah told Dak again, like, I always believed in you. I always believed in you. Like that's the type of stuff where it's
like you're saying the week prior, even leading up to the interviews, Mike was saying, like Dak would be an awesome quarterback to play for, and he always had his, his guys rallied together, and you could, and even at least for me in this interview, I could tell you could kind of see the difference in the emotion in his face when he was talking about Dak and his teammates. He would kind of light up. You could see the glow. When he was talking about Jerry Jones, you could see kind of like the gloom, like the
right, like
about him, but
Jerry and Micah do not. They got a bad relationship, bro.
You could see the difference in just how. I mean, when he came out and said he hadn't spoken with Jerry since OTA, since the spring, I'm like, wow. So like those rumors we heard of them sitting down and talking it out, like that didn't even happen. So it's just like, so they really, really just haven't had no contact. Even Mike saying, hey, I was disappointed that, or he felt like Jerry should have reached out. I mean, and he should. Like, why would your owner?
And then Jerry came out. Then Jerry came out and said Micah told him to lose his number.
Oh, right. He's like, yeah, he keep my number off his dial. When would he ever say that?
And it's like, I thought y'all hadn't talked. So when did he tell you that?
Trying to get his last little jab in. It's like Jerry got to get the last word, and he's like, you got to get the last word. My pops was saying, like, he just holds a grudge. Like, it's like he holds a grudge,
bro. Like exactly what Kelvin said. Jerry went off of feelings. Micah he is not here for no other reason than Jerry's feelings. Period. Right. Like Jerry let this situation get way too personal. It's just this situation just has never happened before. And I just refuse to believe that it was about money. It wasn't about money. It was about a lot of other things.
Right. Because he did everything you asked him. He showed himself being a leader. He rallied all his guys in the offseason on both offense and the defense. It wasn't just the defensive guys he got close with.
What's up to my guy, Todd Church, OGB Berg? Glad to see you guys. I agree, Todd Church. Like, they should have, Micah and Jerry, they never had that. I feel like that last convo to get on the same page. And so they're just two people that haven't talked in months. Micah feels slighted.
Mm-hmm. Like playing the telephone game, like they're saying things in the media, but they're taking something else.
Right, when it's like two men just need to come together and talk, but y'all just talking through the media, it's just getting worse to worse. And I feel like eventually, just like Jerry fixed his relationship with Jimmy, it'll get fixed, and they'll be like, that's water under the bridge. But right now, I mean, it's still just a sore spot. It's a sore spot. You can clearly tell it got personal with Jerry. It got personal with Micah, and that's why Micah not here. Like, it's just as simple as that. But what's up to my guy Keystone? Really appreciate you.
Hey, Keystone.
He said did it with Jimmy Johnson. His best. That's what I'm saying. Jerry is he's not great. He's not great when it comes to these types of things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, and it's been several players that have almost been traded out of here because of BS, but they always found a way to fix it. I think that's why everybody was just still in shock. Because everybody's like, they beefing, but it'll get fixed. It always does. Yeah. And did not get fixed. Traded Micah in the middle of the night. But But anyway, we can get into the content.
Just want to talk about, Dak really just, playing really at a high level. A lot of people are comparing it to the 2023 year, but a 2023, year when Mike McCarthy was here. But I want to bring up this stat that was on Twitter, and actually looking like that it could be even better than that. It's, it's just the way, the way he gets the ball down the field. He's finding more guys. I think just in my opinion, this game kind of exemplifies how he's able to kind of spread the ball around. It wasn't just, it's something that Shadi actually mentioned in his press conference, that the evolution of the offense, it wasn't just Pickens having to step up, but you also have the other guys stepping up as well. Ferguson, they hit up a lot last week with a lot of targets. It wasn't, great in production this week as well. I'm not liking that they hit Ferg with a lot of targets, but he's like, as far as the yards, I mean, this week only had 40 yards, 7 targets. And that's a moderate amount of targets. You look at your wide receiver room, that's, ask to step up Turp. He only had 3 targets, but he averaged 10 a pop. Even Florida, he only got he had only, I forget his numbers off the top of my head right now, but he has some important catches, converting first downs, things like that. Mm-hmm. So you're asking this whole room to step up, and you're just seeing a lot of guys really contributing to the game.
Facts. And what's up to Nisi in the chat? Swain.
Tried to Swain fave.
Swain said, can y'all talk about some trades you would like to see? I'm listening in getting the kids ready for bed. Okay, yeah, we could definitely talk about that toward the end of the show. Just ways that we would like to improve this. It will continue to Sunday. 4 is on fire. Yep, I agree with that. What's up to my guy, $100,000 and Since you said you had some stats you want to pull up, I got a whole bunch of graphics.
Oh my
A whole
God.
bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
graphics bookmark. But yeah, if you got whatever you got to pull up,
Yeah, my bad.
could pull it up for
Bookmarks
sure.
right quick.
What the hell? Oh, okay. I gotta go to my bookmarks. It's a lot of crazies. I got a lot of stats to show y'all. Oh yeah, this is a good one for sure.
Yeah,
Our guy Stephen
yeah,
White. What's
yeah,
up,
my
Stephen
favorite.
White? Glad to see you. How you doing? How's everybody doing in the chat? Let us know how y'all doing on this Wednesday evening.
Yeah, so as we see, Dak, I mean, is leading this in the league. 83% as far as hitting his targets, and then you see, 3% as far as throwaway, 3% as far as sack, but then, 3% as far as scramble. And as we know, Dak hasn't really been using his legs a lot this season. But I mean, what I do love, even last week in Shawty's press conference, he mentioned that they would continue, even after CD getting hurt, they would continue. He mentioned, it was just a little note that he made, mentioned that continuing to call quarterback runs for Dak, and we saw that. And I don't know,
we saw that in the game. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Shotty did say that, and then we saw it in the game. That's true.
Exactly, more than once. And I don't know if someone said during the week one of the interviews that said, I don't know if Dak called it on his own, but for Dak to even take the initiative to run it, and it wasn't like it was like a clean walk. I know he did take the block behind Devontae Williams, but to see him take that chance, to see him run up in there, and also to do it again. I don't know if it was overtime in the fourth quarter. Micah did catch him, but for him to taking more of these chances, for him to kind of put, we already know he's taking the team on his back, but I just love, as far as the red zone, that's another thing too. Cowboys being more efficient in the red zone this season. I'm loving.
We're way more efficient. Besides, we gotta give a knock to Shotty, because Shotty, this is 2 games in a row, buddy, where we're getting inside the red zone, and I feel like you're overthinking it, and you're not just running the ball with Javonte Williams.
Exactly.
Like, this is the second game in a row where you're like, why didn't you just run there? Like when Tolbert got that crazy ass catch.
Oh my gosh, man.
Like, that was a out of body. Tolbert is like, I'm gonna show up. We need to win this game. Like when Tolbert made that catch, I literally said in my head, run the ball 4 straight times.
Yes. Why not?
They can't stop it. They're not going to stop. Right. They're not going to stop the run 4 straight times. They're not.
Right.
And if
Dak run once, Javonte run the other time, and then you're passing, it's like, why? The run is working. You have your running back averaging 3 yards a pop, almost 4 yards a pop, and it's like, come on now, it's just.
I don't know. I gotta look at what were we averaging. Let me see, Cowboys.
I'm trying to see. I think he had about 50 yards. I think
Cowboys versus Packers. Let me see what we were averaging.
Average 4 yards, 4.3 yards. At least Devontae Williams.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Williams was averaging 4.3. Had 20 carries for 85 yards. Long third. Miles Sanders was Miles Sanders. I mean, now he only ran twice, but he was still averaging 4 yards a carry. Like there was no reason to not run the ball in that situation.
Correct.
Like that was a moment where Dak put the cape on. Tolbert showed up, and out to leave that moment, that should have won the game. To leave that moment with 3 points was just super, super disappointing, because you knew that your defense was likely not going to be able to stop them. They hadn't stopped them the whole second half.
Yeah.
And when you look at like how we were attacked, what's up, Los Altos? Glad to see you. But when you look in detail of like how we were attacked, we had them locked up the first half. Besides, because the score was 13-16 going into the second half, and then shout out to Okoye. He did point out, he was like, y'all realize going into going into the second quarter, or no, the fourth quarter, because he was like, really, the defense had a bad quarter, because he was like, going into the the fourth quarter, what was the score? 20-23. Actually, and then they gave him a touchdown right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, which put it at 27-23. So it's like, defense, y'all just kind of fell apart. Like, because 20-23 ain't bad. And they had 20, we had 23. So we was up going into the fourth quarter. So it's like, all y'all needed to do is we only needed the defense. This is what's sad. This is why we are ranked the 32nd defense in the league, because all we had to do was get one stop and we win that game. Like, that's what's sad about it. Like, the way the offense was clicking, literally all we had to do was to get one stop. That was it. And we could not do it. And we're still the worst team on 3rd and 4th down. Like, we are the worst team in the NFL. And that's why we're the worst team. And that's why we still, even though.
And also what didn't help. What didn't help is Green Bay is going into that game being second in the league on 3rd downs. So I mean, the point of going into that game was to be able to stop them. I mean, for us to be able to stop their 1st and 2nd downs, I think I heard this week that it shows that the Cowboys have showed the ability to be able to stop the run. It's also like when they get in those 3rd and long situations, or even just getting now, it just seems like when they just get in 3rd down situations, period, they're finding ways. Teams are finding ways to get over on the Cowboys. And I think Shadi mentioned something in his press conference about them using quick cadences. I mean, I think we've seen not just the one instance where we had the 12 men on the field that wiped out an interception, which was also deflating. But I think Shadi mentioned the first 3rd down in the game, they did a quick cadence and was able to convert the 3rd and 9. I think on that play,
he did say that. He said
I think it was ready. I mean, Bland was able to get down the field on his guy, but he can't cover 2 guys at once. I'm saying, and of course it was 2 guys in one area at once. But I think, Reddy losing his guy on that is just, sometimes when you see even those mistakes, when you see guys make those tiny mistakes, they can lead to big plays. And even when you do your job on 1st and 2nd down, it doesn't. You really have nothing to show for when the guys can convert, when they can get when they can stay on the field through continuous 3rd and even 4th downs. I mean, they were successful on I think 1 or 2 attempts. I'm not sure. I think 1 attempt on 4th down they were successful. But when you can't get the guys off the field, number one, it tires out the defense, so it allows the offense to gain more yardage. But also, you're not giving the offense a way to stay in the game.
Exactly. And I think it's crucial that you gotta get off the field on 3rd down. Like you said, if you don't, it's completely exhausting your defense. Like, your defense is exhausted, and then it puts more pressure on your offense too, to be in the position like the offense was, where we've got to score damn near every drive, because if we don't score every drive, now we're gonna lose. And it's like, I appreciate the defense for what they did that first half. I mean, they played incredible the first half, played the run very well. James Houston had that strip sack fumble.
That was huge. We talk about
Donovan.
Wow.
Yeah, that was huge. Diggs had the pick, even though we had 12 men on the field.
Yeah.
And then
you can kind of see you can kind of see the team kind of go up a little bit. You could just you see the crowd go wild, you see everybody pick up a little bit,
right after that blocked kick by Wanya.
Yes,
and Bell returning that, like, even though
right there, sis.
Even though it was just 2 points, like, it really it gave us a boost, because remember we was down like 13-2, or we're down 13-0, because we just could not get no momentum in that first half, or that first
we
quarter.
We seen a similar play to that a couple of years ago, Wanya blocking the field goal. I think that an extra point or something like that, and they were able to return it for a touchdown. It's just when you see guys make spark plays like that, they have that on their resume. Why not? This is the reason why you get those guys with opportunities. And I hate that has to come through injury, but I mean, I am glad to see that Wanya is, being able to show his spark on the defense, able to kind of show what he has it to, at least able to offer on the, on the field. I'm just happy to see that.
And it's typically the Cowboys way. Like, the right person only can get on the field with injury, and I hate that. I don't know why. We are that team where somebody got to get injured to start the best guy, but we are, because we always got these favorites and sponsorships, and if you pick them, you got to play them. And now this year is just pure sponsorships, like people like Jack Sanborn's. Like, there's no reason for you to be on the field. You are a special teamer, and we can use you for base packages like 5-2 or something like that, or a 4-4. But as far as you being on the field in nickel packages, he's a total liability. And it's because he's seeing the plays, but he does not have the speed.
Right.
Like, how many times are you going to see Jack Sanborn miss tackles simply for the fact that, like, he don't have the speed or agility to make tackles in space, even between the tackles? He'll see it and he'll get there, but somebody else got to make the tackle because he misses the tackle.
Right, shooting the wrong hole. He's literally going the wrong direction sometimes, and it's like
sometimes you go in the wrong direction. then if you're so slow that if you make a mistake, it's done for. Like you need. I'd rather have a player on the field with speed than because the quote unquote high IQ of Sanborn is not helping us, it's hurting us. So I get it. Like if you're a Sean Lee type, where it's like, oh, I'm not athletic, but I have the mind, and I'm a real serious tackler around here. Like that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Jack Sanborn, like I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing when I look at Jack Sanborn, I feel like he struggles to tackle. Like, I feel like when I look at him trying to tackle, it's like, I don't know if he's too slow, if his arms are too short. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like he really struggles to make
he struggles to wrap up. And which is crazy because something that Shotty kind of pointed out, he kind of said it verbally in his press conference, like these guys need to learn to wrap up. It's one thing to be in the area, just like you mentioned, it's one thing to be in the area and be able to diagnose these plays, but if you can't wrap up and tackle, and even it's really not just Sanborn, I mean, Reddy Stewart, he has some plays where he just lunging at guys with his shoulder, Diggs, did some things like that too, just lunging at guys, you're expecting to stop them, but no, they can either hop up over you they still have the chance to get the extra yards because they're making the extra leap at the end of the play. So even though you may be making the tackle, you're stopping them, but they're still able to gain the extra yard, the extra 2 yards. That can make a difference in the play. That can be a conversion.
It makes all the difference.
A third and short. You know what I mean?
That first touchdown.
That's huge.
That first touchdown by Luke Musgrave. Why did that happen? Was that the first touchdown by Luke Musgrave? Or no, not Luke Musgrave. Tucker Kraft. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to go to the. No, the first was Romeo Dobbs. I think it was the second one where Tucker Kraft got that touchdown. Let me see. Where he almost got there. Okay, I think it was like the first or second one. Okay, I don't think he scored. I think he had just got to the one, I think. But either way, one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say they reviewed it, and he was like inches from the line, and then they ended up getting the penalty.
Honestly, that may have been the second. Okay, that might have been the second half. Let me see. Okay, all of this is Josh Jacobs. Where the hell was that? Sorry, guys, I'm really trying to figure out at what point that was in the game. Well, it's not showing. I must have missed it. I think it was the first play. I think it was. Either way, whenever it was. That huge game that Tucker Kraft got, it was a screen. Sanborn, the play was lined up for you. Yeah. All you had to do was make that tackle, and we likely hold him to 3 there. You missed it. Wide open in space. So, touchdown. So it is not like Sanborn.
I think it was also Murray who pushed him, but I don't think he got him out of bounds. I think he was able to kind of thrust him forward. I think that's why he was able to get close to the goal line. I think our linebackers who
I don't think it was that play, the same play I'm talking about, but I know what play you was talking about. That was when they missed a tackle on Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs almost scored, but he got to like the 2. Yeah. Murray forced him out, but they still scored that drive. So
okay.
Yeah, and I think everybody. I mean, we had a tackling problem this game. We did have a tackling problem, but it's like when you look at Sanborn, he missed a lot of tackles. Like I watched, shout out to Lou. I watched Lou's film review, and Sanborn, he missed like 10 tackles. Like, that's a huge liability.
Yeah.
Like
in one game.
Like he's just too slow to be playing football in the NFL. And your brain, you may see it. Right, but as Los Altos said, every computer don't have a proper processor. Damn that mental narrative being pushed exactly. Because y'all swear he had the mind of Sean Lee and Luke Kuechly, not seeing it, seeing the mind, because Luke Kuechly and Sean Lee, those are high level. Like they know what you're doing before you even get it out of your mouth. Like that's a different type of processing.
Yeah, and
again. Real sure tacklers. I don't see that in Sanborn. I don't care how fast you process something. I don't care if you see it. If you don't make the play, what does that mean for me? Like I need you to be able to make the play. Now sometimes you can force the play to be made, but at the same time, you need to also be making the plays yourself, because sometimes the play is just lined up for you.
Right.
So it can't always be somebody else who's doing your job. And Los Altos, if you want to put that comment on the screen, but he just is talking about the moments in the game, which I feel like is really good. Not that one, he said the block field goal.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, these were great moments in the game. The block field goal by one, yay. Strip sack by Houston. Hit punt by Leofeld. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And I really thought that Golden was going to go off this game, but he ain't do shit. I don't think so. I don't think... If I look at the box score, I'm pretty sure Golden did not do anything. And I was pretty positive. But that's because, believe it or not, guys, it's going to sound crazy as hell. I know we still gave up 40 touchdowns. We still gave up 40 points. But, Matthew Golden, he had 58 yards. Yeah, he didn't do much.
Yeah.
But they were winning. They did not beat us besides that miscommunication. In the first half with Bland, where it was like two people on Bland. Other than that, we didn't get beat by big deep plays. We didn't get beat by big plays. We had the big plays covered. They try to do flea flicker on us. Right. Exactly, sis. Yeah. We got attacked because we got screened to death. We could not stop the screen to save our lives. We got screened to death. We got quick out to death. Like that. Mm-hmm. That's how they were scoring. They were not scoring by deep passes. They were trying to all game. That strip sack fumbles because they was trying to go deep. You know what I'm saying? And we got them. And then they stopped doing the quick outs because Bland and Diggs was sitting on that. Like, are you gonna keep throwing those? You're gonna get you're gonna get a pick. So they stopped throwing those. They literally tied the game by just throwing quick screens and then getting inching all the way to the goal line and then quick slant.
And Love breaking out every now and then, kind of getting those kind of
right. Love, he had a couple big runs.
Yeah.
But
nothing, nothing crazy. And even I think Jake was able to kind of get more going in the second half. I feel like he was able to average more yards in the second half because there were a couple big runs in the second half, but I think in the first half, like you mentioned, we
kept him bottled up.
Down. Yeah.
Yeah, because how much did Jacobs have? He had 22 carries for 86 yards, averaging 3.9. Yeah, we pretty much limited him. His longest was 19. And those scores was all pretty much inside the red zone or the goal line. So, and the same thing for Dobbs. Like Dobbs' 2 touchdowns was inside the 5. People get mad at
exactly.
People get mad. Oh, and that catch by Pickens in double coverage was amazing. That shit was amazing. But people get mad at Elam, and I'm like, I'm not mad at Elam. Like, I'm more mad at Eberflus because I'm like, nobody in the NFL, unless you are maybe Patrick Surtain or who is consistently going to be covering a quick slant in the red zone and man coverage. Please let me know. Y'all let me know who's going to be consistently covering that. It's not going to happen. Bland got scored on just by a simple fade route. Like, if you're going to run a slant or a simple fade route versus man, it's highly successful. That's why you run slants and you run fade routes in the red zone. Because it beats man coverage. So I don't know what y'all wanted Elam to do. It would have been better to just go cover 2 in those situations so that Elam had inside help. But you didn't give him no inside help. So it's like y'all expected Elam to just be the best cover man corner on the planet and just shut Dobbs down. Not to mention Dobbs is like 6'2", 6'3". Has a way longer wingspan. Like, come on, y'all. Like, some of the stuff, I'm like, y'all gotta just stop looking at, oh, it's a score here, and look at, okay, why is it? Why did they score there? Because that could have happened to Bland, that could have happened to Diggs too. And y'all not gonna say they suck. Especially maybe because there's a hate train for Diggs. But for Bland, when Bland gave up that touchdown, y'all didn't care. When Bland gave up that deep route, y'all didn't care. Like, come on now. It's like, y'all got to chill out on some of this stuff. Like, Elam is not perfect.
And the thing is,
go ahead.
No, they're gonna say you can actually see the effort coming from Diggs. You can see him having a little bit, at least for them, at least in my opinion, you can see him having more effort on the field to make more tackles, stepping up, coming downhill to make these hits. I mean, that's at least in my opinion something that he wouldn't do in years prior.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Can you repeat that? What you say?
I was saying that at least in my opinion, I feel like I see Diggs making more of an effort. I'm kind of feel like I'm adding to your point about understanding why Diggs is kind of getting more hate this year, because I feel like he's he's stepping up more. I mean, playing more, going through injury.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Playing through these times, because I feel like he shouldn't be receiving the hate. Like you mentioned, Bland has some big plays made on him. I mean, I know he's coming back from injury, but how can people still be coming down on Diggs when Bland is the one
exactly
plays
and we're not gonna see. And what's up to Vach? What's up to Vach in the chat? Appreciate you jumping in with us, Vach. Y'all know the baby go Vach. He don't need no introduction. Thank you so much, Vach, for being in the our chat and supporting us. We really appreciate you. But
yes,
yeah. When it comes to Diggs, yes, we're not gonna sit here and act like Diggs. I feel like Diggs' worst game was versus the Giants, but in that game, I feel like it was a lot of miscommunication, like a lot of miscommunication, because there was times where it felt like Diggs was playing this coverage and everybody else is playing that coverage. You know what I'm saying? Or Diggs is thinking he's supposed to have inside help, he got no help. Diggs thinking he's supposed to have outside help, he got no help. So that was an issue. The Bears game, all Diggs gave up was a touchdown on that slip. I mean, other than that, Diggs didn't really have any issues. And then in this Packers game, we did see glimpses of the old Diggs. So I feel like Diggs is getting his legs under him. He's getting better, and we got to give Bland that same grace. Like, I'm not gonna crucify Bland for giving up a touchdown or giving up something else, because one, he's coming back from injury, right? And they literally said, like, with Bland, he's still in pain. Y'all realize that, like, he's not completely healed. He's still in pain. They were like, about him is just about how much can he take, pain management. And you can see, is it a coincidence that once Bland got it outside of that one play, once Bland got in there, we had things covered on the back end, just like we did versus Philly. Right. Y'all think that's a coincidence? It's not. Bland is clearly the difference. He clearly is a difference maker. Sometimes you just want to look at a player and be like, oh, did he give up this? Did he give up that? But you're not realizing how much they really mean for the defense. And it was clear that when the defense didn't have Bland, it was not good in the back end. Again, I know we still gave up 40 points, but that was not on the back end. That was on the linebackers. Yeah, it was pretty much on the linebackers. I can't even really crucify the safeties in this game. You know what I'm saying? I can't, even though was terrible. Yeah. They was terrible versus Chicago, terrible versus New York. But even in this game, I can't put a lot of blame on the safeties. Like, I put it on, but you know what? Now we started shutting it down toward the end, but they got all them points from attacking our linebackers in space and quick screens, making the corners tackle. So but I just didn't see that. I gotta go back and look, because I didn't see that many missed tackles from the corners, but they were clearly attacking them. They were attacking them, and that's how they was able to kind of move the ball on the edges, because that's all they was doing the whole game. That's how they got pretty much second half. That's pretty much how they was scoring. So, but anyway, but yeah, shout out to Coach Marv as well, because he did say that he felt that Diggs and Elam was making business decisions. Now I can hear you. I couldn't hear you at all. I thought you just wasn't talking.
Okay. I wasn't wondering. It was freezing up. Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear you now. But I was gonna say, shout out to my girl Angie. Glad to see you, Angie. But
yeah, shout out to Angie.
What was I saying?
But I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, because I wasn't hearing what you were saying, because I wasn't sure if my mic was going on, because I didn't hear what you said about Coach Marv. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying with Coach Marv, he said that because he went to the game live, and he was saying that he was seeing Bland and Diggs make business decisions. Like, they didn't want to come up and tackle. And I'm like, you know what? That probably was true. That first, like in the third quarter and stuff like that. But they bowed up. We do have to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
They did bow up versus those quick screens and stuff at the end of the game. And then once Green Bay figured out that wasn't gonna work, who they start targeting? Sanborn and Murray. Once Murray got hurt, you could tell he was struggling to plant on his foot because y'all know Murray tweaked his ankle in the game, and so after that, that's what they started targeting because they was trying to target. Los Altos said he was there too. Okay, that's why he said people was looking at it like he's crazy because he's going off on Eberflus, but yeah, they started bowing up with those outside screens and quick screens and shit. So the only way they could, he deserved it. But so the only way that we could, only way that they could start moving the ball was trying to run it with Jacobs or attacking Sanborn and hurt Murray. What did you say? Uh-oh. Your connection's kind of breaking up again. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Yeah, guess I'm like, I was gonna say, let's go out and come back in. But yeah, guys, I did wanna, I'm not gonna be able to do it till she come back. But Ty, what's up, Ty? Glad to see y'all. Glad to see everybody in here. James Simmons. Really glad to see everybody here in the chat. I really appreciate all y'all's love and support. It really means a lot to us. Mickey will be back. I'm pretty sure she's just trying to reset some stuff because I don't know what was going on. But let me see. Is she come back in? We can see you, but we can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can see you, can't hear you. She said that pic of CD looks deranged. Oh my God. That's the picture of CD when. Okay, now we can hear you. That's the picture of CD when he was mad versus the Ravens. I just thought it looked cool. He looked angry. Like he's on. Yep, I can hear you.
It's like loading, but okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
But anyway,
we talking about them attacking the second level.
Yeah, they were attacking the second level for sure. They just started attacking. They pretty much started attacking Sanborn. They started attacking the middle of the field, Sanborn and Murray, because Murray got hurt and they realized he couldn't change direction and none of that stuff. So they started attacking him. I mean, that 4th and 7 play right at Sanborn and Murray. the last throw right at Sanborn, like because they couldn't do nothing in the back end. We finally started stopping those screens, so there was nothing else they really had. It was just attack the slowest person on the field, Sanborn. Even so, I did want to show this other stuff.
Did you say you had some graphics?
Oh yeah, I had some graphics to show
for that, because just that last.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, why you bring that up? Just the last one I wanted to bring up on the graphics I had before about Dak. Well, they said his bad throw it's actually down to single digits this year, and just kind of comparing it to 2023. I think the play calling
is definitely play calling.
We talked about 2023 about Dak having to throw it inside the window, but I think with Dak being able to find guys down the field and some of those short passes and some of those short area things, of course, turf around, Turf being able to get some passes around the line of scrimmage, or even the toe tap that he had, just him being able to find different guys. And even, I can't stand those check down plays, but even be able to find Jake in those instances, and he's able to convert some of those plays as well. It's just kind of really just showing some of the versatility that, just when you kind of, insert the play calling is kind of like a wild card, you just kind of get more opportunities for not just Dak to make more completions, but also for the guys to be able to step up and also complete those plays as well.
Absolutely. And I think, shoot, I lost my train of thought. I was going to literally comment on what you just said. Can you repeat what you just said?
Oh, about his bad throw. No, because
his bad throw percentage.
about Dak, his bad throw.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So I just feel like I think it speaks more to his
the
accuracy.
scheme. That's what I was going.
We saw it's over. Yeah, about Brian Schottenheimer's play calling.
The play calling, yeah, you could just tell. Like, this is the first time in years that I've been 100% confident. Outside of Shoddy not running the ball inside the 5, I don't know why he's doing that, but this is the first time in a long time, probably since forever, that I felt in the whole Dak Prescott tenure. Well, I guess his rookie year. I mean, the scheme wasn't great, but we were still dominant because we had a run game. But I'm saying, like, passing and running, this is the first time in Dak's career. Like, it sounds crazy, but this is the first time in Dak's career that he's had a competent schemer and play caller for today's NFL.
Yeah.
Because with Mike McCarthy, that was not today's NFL. That was how he won a Super Bowl in 2010. What's his name? Kellen Moore. That was not today's NFL. He had some cool passing plays, but then you absolutely did not believe in any run game at all. And clearly the best teams have the best running backs. So you had a person who didn't believe in the running game. And then when you go to Linehan, yeah, we had a running game, but it wasn't like it was creative. We were just dominant as fuck. You had rookie Zeke and a great offensive line. So we literally could just push people off the ball. But you saw how that shit got limited once we played a team like the Rams in the playoffs. You saw how that shit got shut down real fast. Well, why did it get shut down? Because you don't have a scheme. Your whole scheme is like, let's just push off the ball and try to bully these guys off the ball. But what happens when you have strength on strength? What happens? So that's why you need a scheme. So this is the first time, like, I feel like we have a competent scheme, a competent play caller who believes in the run and the pass, and it's making life easier. And Dak gets to be who he is. He gets to go back under center. He gets to do play action, which he's the best in the league at. He gets to get a little bit back to running the ball, especially just inside the 5. Like, he can't run the ball inside the damn 5. Like, what the fuck does that got to do with athleticism or agility? Like, that's just simple. Run 5 yards and get into the end zone. So there's a lot of things that I feel like you feel like Shoddy is getting Dak back to Dak. And that's probably why you see confidence. And that's probably why his bad throw percentage, as you showed earlier, is way lower. It's in the single digits compared to in years past. It's never really been in the single digits ever. So shout out to that stat. But I wanted to show this because just to show this type of stuff, and then we can get into kind of end the show with like reason why I feel like we do need to get aggressive. Oh, we also got to do the Jets preview. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, this was Bob Sturman. He said 14 times in Cowboys history they have had a game with 400 yards of offense, 40.0 giveaways. Please guess which QB started these 14 and how many? Dak Prescott, 8. This 8 times Dak Prescott has had 400 yards of offense, 40 points, 0 giveaways. 8 times. The next closest is Don Meredith with 2. Tony Romo 1, Danny White 1, Troy Aikman 1, Roger Staubach 1. So, and then you go into then I need to get out of there. Just to show how great Dak is playing. This is another thing. Dak was 12 of 14 for 162 yards and a TD under pressure. I want to panic about the Packers defense, but most QBs are not going to handle pressure as well as Dak did Sunday. He was incredible. I mean, and you could see it on the All-22, bro. And Micah was always almost there. But Dak was faster. Dak was faster. Yeah. Like, Michael was literally multiple times. He was giving Terrence Steele and Guyton a hard time, but Dak was faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dak was processing faster.
The Pickens, like, Dak was right there.
Yeah, Michael was right there. That Prescott, right. That pass to Pickens in double coverage, Michael was right there.
Yeah, and Guyton, like, it's almost like, it wasn't the first time, but Guyton was kind of coming off Guyton's shoulder, and it was like he was pushing it, but he couldn't really save it in time. But like you said, like, Dak being able to get the ball out, that just shows just how quick, his quick game is really excelled this year.
Yeah, it's on another level. And then that heroic throw that he just literally threw off of his back foot to Tolbert. Micah was right there. Micah was right there.
Correct.
Like, couldn't get there. So
yeah.
It just shows you, like, when your quarterback is playing like this is why you need to go all in. Because it's like, this is year 10 for our quarterback. How many more? We've already wasted 9 years of his career. How many more years are we going to waste of his career? He likely does not have 10 years left. He don't have 10 years left. That means what? Right. He's got less years behind. He's got less years in front of him than he does behind him. But anyway, this is just showing Dak Prescott led offenses. 2016, number 5. 2019, number 6, number 1. 2021, number 1. 2022, number 3, number 10. And this was Dak's horrible year, right? It was terrible. He almost had the same number of interceptions and picks. Still number 3 scoring, number 10 in yards. And that's what Dak missed in 6 games. In 2023, another MVP season, number 1 in scoring, number 5 in yards. 2025, number 5 in scoring, number 1 in yards. Average across these seasons, number 3 in scoring, number 4 in yards. That's who Dak Prescott is. Like, that's why this type of shit pisses me off, because it's like our quarterback being that, he been playing at this level, but we know that. But we like to remind people because, of course, haters. This is Dak. Dak we trust. Dak Prescott this season. QBR 72, 5th. Completion percentage is now at 1. It was at 3 because this was last week. It's now at 1. Pass yards per game is also at 1. This was a funny video with Dak and Micah. Micah telling him he had great timing.
No, I'm talking about precision timing. Like, that shit was quick. You know, I always believe in you, boys. I see you soon. 100%. Love you, brother.
He said, see you soon. He said, I see you soon. He said, 100%. I love you, brother. Right. They actually have a friendship. And y'all had me out here really believing, like, Dak don't fuck with Micah. He don't like Micah.
Right.
Like, I'm like, if Dak didn't like Micah, why would he have called up his homegirl, Jory Epstein, and did a whole article about how he supported Micah and how Micah was doing the right thing with holding out and stuff? Like, come on, man.
Right.
This is Dak's chart. Per NFL Pro, Cowboys Dak Prescott generated. This is, he played amazing, but this is just his 4th most EPA. Like, this type of shit is crazy. This is his 4th most, this is slight work for Dak. That's what they say. This wasn't even the best he ever did. But yet, he looked incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what he did. No CeeDee Lamb. No Tyler Booker. Against the second best scoring defense in the NFL. 31 of 40 passes, 319 yards, 4 total touchdowns, 124.9 rating. Like, you just can't get better than any of this. But we can show y'all stuff all day. I'm not going to show y'all this other graphic because it's PFF and I'm not effing with them no more. But even in expected, EPA, Dak's number 1. And in adjusted EPA, he's number 1. Adjusted EPA means they consider drops and pressure, all the other type of stuff. Like, when your quarterback, when your quarterback is playing like this, and he's 32, you should be going all in. You should be every year should be, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl this year. Not, let's wait and see what we can get with the draft picks. So let's wait. We're tired. I think 9 years is enough of waiting. I think we waited long enough. At some point, we're in our quarterback's prime. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, especially now, just mentioning with Sanders kind of going down the game, like he's like, yeah, I'm here.
It's delayed, but okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, especially with Sanders going down, I'm just wondering this week if they're gonna elevate another running back off the squad. I know there's been questions this week, and that's about Maffa. They say that Jaden Blue is close to possibly, making his debut this weekend. I mean, we talked about earlier about Dak having a strong run game. I don't want that to be something that kind of falls off with Sanders, possibly coming off, or still dealing with the ankle injury. They're saying he's trending to play this week. But with him being kind of hobbled, I'm wondering if they're going to make an elevation on that side of the ball. At least as far as the running back room, I think which kind of bothers me a little bit because last week Hunter Lippy kind of became the backup running back, but he only had one carry the entire game. So even with Sanders kind of going out, I think it was the third quarter, early third. I'm not sure when he got the game, but we talk about, and with Lippy's name being brought up so much in the offseason, even in that situation, I'm wondering why Lippy didn't get more carries. So I'm wondering if they're going to integrate him more into the offense going forward, but I'm wondering if they're also going to elevate, another running back off the squad. Talking about Jaden Blue being, becoming one of the best offensive practice squad players, so far in practice. I'm wondering if we're going to see that anytime soon.
I agree with that. I think that, this is why we still been doing a trade for RB1, even though Javonte Williams has been amazing and been getting over 100 yards from scrimmage. I know a lot of people are like, well, he hasn't really had a 100-yard game on the ground, but we use him both ways. So look at his total yards. His total yards has been over 100 with what he's done in the passing game as well as on the ground. So he's amazing, and I feel like I'm fine with him starting, him being RB1, but we just saying trade for RB1 because we don't want the front office to aim low. We want the front office to aim high to really bolster this run game. We feel like the run game can be bolstered. And I know Shotty came out today and said he sees Javonte as his bell cow. That's great. But you're still giving Miles Sanders carries. I don't want Miles Sanders getting carries.
Right.
So I would love to have a tandem. Somebody asked me, what names would you like? Alvin Kamara. I know A-Chain from Miami. Brees Hall. Braylon Allen. I know Braylon Allen is hurt, but it's only a 4-week injury, so he's gonna be back before you can trade for him before the trade deadline.
Yeah, I remember you guys mentioned on your show a while ago when you talked about the fire sales. You guys mentioned calling Tony Pollard.
Jalen Wright, who's a second-year player. Jalen Wright, who's a second-year player for Miami, because a lot of these teams they're going to be having fire sales. So we need to be looking at these. But those are some names of running back that I really would like to get. Names for edge. I feel like the name that we need to go out there and get. Now I know shout out to my guy Lou. He been saying Myles Garrett and Crosby. I feel like those are such long. First of all, Myles Garrett, they're not gonna move him. I'm pretty confident. Now Crosby, I feel like it's more attainable. Uncle Charles is in here. I didn't see Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles, if you in here, how you doing, sir? Thank you for. Oh, I see him right now. Hey, Uncle Charles, glad to see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, where's Uncle Charles? I didn't see him. Yeah, but damn, what was I saying? Edges. Yeah, I know people saying they won't. We want Myles Garrett. I don't think that's realistic. Now, I looked at Max Crosby, and now his contract, y'all, is $30 million plus. His cap hits are $30 million plus. So I don't know if the Cowboys are gonna do that. I'd trade 2 firsts for Max Crosby right now. Are the Cowboys gonna do that? I don't know, but I would like for them, if they wanted to go after them, I'd 100% be on board with that. But I think a more realistic name, or there's 2 realistic names that I think we could really go after, is Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals, All Pro, leader in sacks last year. The Bengals don't want to pay him. But he's 30, so I feel like go ahead and give Trey a contract. Give him a long-term contract, maybe somewhere. You're going to have to give him somewhere in the 30s because he getting paid like they gave him a 1-year, like $29 million deal. So you're going to have to pay him in the 30s, but you can pay him a little bit less, than somebody like for sure less than Micah. less than, because Micah is at 47 million. so it's gonna be for sure less than Micah, for sure less than Myles Garrett, and less than Max Crosby. So I would definitely make a play for Trey Hendrickson. I feel like that's the name. And then another name is Danielle Hunter from the Texans. I feel like he's very realistic and somebody that can come in right now and change our pass rush immediately. So those are two. So whoever asked me like who now, I think it was Swain. Those are my names. Sis, I don't know if you had any names that you had in mind.
I didn't have any names in particular. I see you mentioned Danielle Hunter. I don't know. I think it's Anderson on the other side up there for the Texans.
Yeah, Will Anderson.
His contract it looks like, but with him being on the Texans, I'm not sure what his where his contract situation is. But I mean, just some of these guys. I mean, I think I heard early in the week. Looking at the Giants. I know they have Brian Burns over there. I know, and with them drafting the rookie this year, Abdul Carter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like Brian Burns' energy. I think
Burns could be great. Kayvon Thibodeau. That's probably who they're really trying to move because Brian Burns has become their leader, and now Dayball, he thinks Jackson Dart's going to save him. So they probably not going to move Brian Burns, but they've been trying to move Kayvon Thibodeau, and I feel like Kayvon Thibodeau is like a Josh Sweat. Yeah. I feel like we should have got Josh Sweat from the Eagles. He now plays for Arizona, but that's the caliber of pass rusher that you like a Josh Sweat or a who was I just talking about? Burns. Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau. Yeah, Thibodeau. Bradley Chubb from the Falcons is another one to look at. Jalen Phillips. So there's teams where you can go.
Yeah, he's on Miami.
With Miami.
And I was thinking about him too. I wasn't sure if he played edge or if he played. Now I'm looking at him. He looks like he played linebacker. I mean,
Chubb. He's an outside linebacker, but he can play. I think he can do hand in the dirt too. But I mean, you can play him however because we don't just keep. Awesome. And I don't know if we talked about Ezraku, but Ezraku played great this past versus Sunday. Yeah. I really feel like he's trending up. And shout out to Big Bro Tuck because he said that he feels like we can use it just like Micah. He said he's supposed to be dropping a video soon, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. But Ezraku showing what he showed in the run game, he had 2 tackles for loss. He's showing to be a deep.
He's the guy up.
He may be a diva. Yeah. So I feel like he's getting closer, and I feel like he's getting confident. He's getting more confident. But anyway,
you can see some of the guys. I was gonna say about that. So you can see some of the guys that he's really close with. Osa, Solomon. They kind of seem like they give him a lot of courage on the sideline. Kind of stack his confidence up, and like you said, you really see him coming along.
Exactly. But anyway, looking at the Dolphins. This is the Dolphins. This is just the last game the Jets played. They was both winless, but the Dolphins won. So the Jets are 0-4. Okay, so I just kind of want to look at this because we just want to kind of like do a preview of our opponent. Talk about potential, matchups and ways to attack them. Sis, I don't know. Did you watch this game?
I didn't watch the game in its entirety. I just kind of watched, because I was kind of trying to keep my eyes on both of the Monday night games. But I mean, I saw it. I mean, just kind of look at the numbers like you did. I just see like they made a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. They had more yards than Miami. You know what I'm saying? I think they had more. I think they had more successful red zone opportunities. They made a lot of mistakes. You can see with the penalties, they had over 100 yards of penalties, 13 penalties. Like that's just sticking your own stuff in the
Let me see how many penalties. They had 13 penalties for 101 yards, 3 touchdowns. Exactly. They had 3 fumbles. So who is fumbling? Yeah. Is it Fields fumbling or these running backs fumbling? Because 3 fumbles?
I know for sure Fields. I know for sure Fields at least had one fumble because I think it was a strip fumble that got him. I'm not sure if the other 2 were the running back. I think Braylon Allen. I think he had a fumble as well. He had a fumble at the goal line as well because I think he had it punched out.
Rushing yards. Fields led him in rushing yards. That's not great. Fields is still running. He running too much.
Right. I think in the last couple of games he's been running. I think he actually matched rushing. I think he actually matched rushing yards. I think in the last game I think last week he matched rushing yards with Breece Hall.
That's kind of crazy. I would like to see his mental processing go up a little bit, but it may not be where it is because You still it's showing you still rather run the ball than pass it. But you went 20 of 27. So looking at just box.
But then just from what I noticed in his first couple of games, I know it's different when they played the Steelers. I know the Steelers aren't Miami, but he seemed to get the ball to his pass catcher.
Yeah, I mean they said he played good. He had a 76 point. That's a pretty good. If you have like a 70 and up, that's very good. So they say he played pretty good. 20 of 27 looks pretty efficient. 226. A touchdown. So he almost on the ground. So clearly Justin Fields is going to be a problem. He's an athletic quarterback. We always historically have issues with athletic quarterbacks. What's up, V Cowboys? Thank you for popping in. We always struggle with athletic quarterbacks. So clearly y'all saw, Justin Fields. I mean, not Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, which Caleb Williams didn't kill us too bad, but he was still a scrambling quarterback that at times we allowed him to get out the back door. You can clearly see Jalen Hurts is like that, and you can clearly see Justin Fields is another one. So this is going to be a game where you're going to have to watch out for his legs and put a spy, somebody like Sam Williams. Who else would I have? Maris. Maris. You're going to have somebody out there spying Justin, because he used his legs a lot.
Because Maris has IQ, and you can see him shooting the gap. There are times he's a little bit aggressive and kind of overshoots. I think that's not his only issue, but it's just like I think if he could just be spot on with those tackles, he could definitely be a great spot for us. At least until Overshawn gets back. We know Overshawn is capable of, but Maris is I think an excellent replacement, at least for this time being, because he makes the right decisions. He's just a little bit too aggressive sometimes.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because at first I got mad. I was like, Maris, now we've been pushing for you and you doing bonehead stuff, but I think really on that play, I really don't think Maris saw. Either he didn't see that the ball was on the ground when he had that 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. Either he didn't see the ball was on the ground, or he did not know, because I think that hit may be legal in college. So I'm like, or he did not know that if the ball's on the ground, you can't hit the player. I don't know, but I would probably more so go with he really did not see, because just like you said, sis, he's going 100. Maris he's a young guy, so he's going 100 miles a minute. And that's why he missed those tackles, because you're just going too fast. Like, you need to slow it down. You got to use your technique. I know you want to, because when Maris is playing, he just wants to lay people out. And so everything he's doing, he's trying to go full force so he can knock the shit out of you, which I get it, but you also got to slow down. You got to slow it down. And I think you just got to, that's just a coaching thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to coach him up. But as far as speed.
And also game speed. I mean, the same thing like you talk about Ezra Rocco. He just had to get used to the game speed. So I think Maris too. I mean, he was limited in snaps.
Exactly. So he was literally playing. You know what I mean? He was literally playing under 10 snaps the first 3 weeks. So this was the first time he actually got to start.
And for special teams, special teams when you run that.
Right. So now I've got to switch you into defense mode. So it's like they better keep Maris on the field. He needs way more snaps than even he got last week. Yeah. You just need to coach it. He's an incredible talent. You just need to coach him up. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, coach him up, and the more that he's on the field and he's able to see the game and stuff like that, then he's going to start seeing and processing things faster. But what the great thing about Maris is he's an athlete. He played safety in college. So he if he makes a mistake, he can make up for it because of his speed. He's also strong as hell. We saw him throw that tight end like a rag doll at the goal line.
Yes, yo.
So those are things that Sanborn not doing.
He missed the tackle at first. Right, and also another thing, he missed the tackle and then got back up and then still came back and helped out to end up stopping the play at the goal line. That's I just love, even though the aggressiveness can sometimes kill him, it can also help him at the same time. So
exactly. So in Los Altos, you said bring up the injury report. Okay, since I think did you have the injury report for both teams?
Yeah, I think I have it up. I have in my bookmarks. This can be.
But I can finish going through this. Then we can bring up the injury report. Then we can kind of end on that. But it looked like Justin Fields for sure, right? And Breece Hall's cooking, 81 yards, 5.8 average. So we really are going to have to limit the what, guys? Our run game is going to be tested. Our run game is going to be tested because Brees Hall been going off for about 2 to 3 weeks now. Justin Fields clearly 7 carries for 81 yards, averaging 11.6. He will take off on you. So you're going to have to watch it. Now, Braylon Allen, he's out.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about this Isaiah Davis guy, but it's going to be Brees Hall and Justin Fields are going to be the guys you're going to have to stop. They're going to keep Justin around this 20 passes number. They're going to try to run the ball, hit us with some play action. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have Justin Fields. I mean, they can, but I feel like that would be a disaster for him. You want to keep him in the 20 passes range.
Yeah.
But we know his main target, Garrett Wilson. And then after that, if I had a button, it would be womp, womp, womp. Because Mason Taylor, okay. I mean, he clearly likes him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a tight end. So you're going to have to watch out for him. I'm not worried. I'm pretty sure Wanye can stop him. You got to watch for Brees, because he can also catch the ball. Jeremy Ruckert, Isaiah Davis, Alan Lazard. Yeah. Josh Reynolds. Yeah. Dang, he ain't got no wide receivers. That's crazy. But
not really.
Let me look up these fumbles. Yeah, Justin Fields fumbled, Isaiah Wilson. So that's another thing. Cowboys defense. You should be salivating seeing this.
Yeah.
Because we're taught to punch the ball, strip at the ball. So this now, granted, they're probably going to be overemphasizing it this week, but if somebody's a fumbler, they're usually a fumbler. So you can really try to take advantage and get that ball on the ground, especially Justin Fields, because he kind of runs kind of loose. So it's like you can definitely.
I think you can rattle him.
You can rattle him for sure. That's what I'm saying. They want to limit his passes because you can have Justin Fields passing too much. It can be a long day for him. So I feel like how we going to attack them defensively? If you stop the run, you win the game. So I feel like this is a game, even though they 0-4, this is a game to really prove to people that our run defense is real. It's not an illusion. Because, people can say, well, people haven't even been trying to run the ball on y'all. They've just been trying to pass. So are y'all really good at it? So this is going to be a test for us. I feel like we really going to have to run the ball. They only got one weapon you got to worry about. I'm not really worried about Garrett Wilson. So this is going to be, you're going to have to stop the run. And then defensively, let me see what they do defensively. I'm trying to see if they have any threats. Quentin Williams always, who's their big, disruptive, all-pro defensive tackle. So he probably is going to give Bass, Tyler Smith, Hoffman. He's going to be trying to give him that work. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be trying to give them that work. So Quentin Williams, we got to highlight him. But honestly, I have confidence in our O-line. The way we was able to, really Dak, but also the O-line did give Dak time too. It wasn't like just instant pressure in his face. So I'm pretty confident we can limit Quentin Williams. I don't really see any other threats. Go ahead, sis.
Just a quick question on that, because I noticed in this past game that they brought in, not only did they, I know they had Nate Thomas at either tackle, but I noticed that they also brought in Adeniji to kind of help out with some blocking up front. So do you think we see a bit more of that, especially with them? Because I noticed that a little bit they were kind of blocking inside. Maybe they kind of use that to go against Quentin Williams to kind of run downhill. I mean, we know that Williams is kind of good at that. Javonte Williams is good at that. But I think them kind of we kind of saw that in preseason or camp. They had Austin. I think it was Austin Richards coming in and kind of blocking the tight end. I'm not sure it was him or Adeniji, but they were doing some of that I think in camp. So I think kind of seeing that in some game time situations. I was excited to see that and see them, like I said, doing some inside blocking. I think kind of helped out with the run game. So kind of giving a little bit more room, especially
run game, limiting that gap A and B gap pressure. And I agree, sis. They obviously we ran a lot of we're probably gonna run it again because we whipped out like an over tackle set where we had like 2 to 3 tackles out there. It didn't work as well, but I feel like we're gonna try it again because if you could really get that all lined up, hat on hat, it could be a huge run.
Yeah, we need those big bodies.
Big bodies, right? But just looking at their threats, Quentin Williams, Will McDonald. He a little bit of a threat. Their other pass rusher. Then you got Sauce Ahmad Garner, who's him. We know Sauce is him. Do I think Pickens gets the better of him? Absolutely. But I think that Sauce is probably going to follow Pickens. Yes. I think they're going to have Sauce on Pickens the whole game. Yeah. Like just I would have Sauce follow Pickens. Seeing what Pickens did last week, I mean, they had 2 to 3 people on Pickens. They couldn't stop him. So you probably should really have your best corner on them if you want to limit him, because Pickens is playing out of his mind. Let me see. Did they have any interceptions? No. And then I just want to look at real quick how Miami beat them. Ran the ball. Touchdowns. Who got touchdowns? Darren Waller. That's so these were like goal line touchdowns. So it looked like they pretty much just ran the ball down. They ran the ball down their thought. Yeah. That's what they did. Ran the ball down their thought. Got to the goal line because Tua, 17 to 25. Yeah, only 177 yards. So they didn't pass that. So that means it may be another big game for Javonte. I feel like, and I want this to be Javonte's first game with 100 yards on the ground. Can we give our quarterback a break?
Yeah. Because he got close.
I know we want Dak to play MVP but I feel like Dak needs a break, a game where I'm just handing the ball off, limited hits. Like I want Dak. I would love for Dak not to have to pass him much this game at all. I would love for him to be within 20, 25 passes. Like, I feel like Dak needs a break. Yeah. He's been playing, and especially what he put his body through last week, he was taking a lot of hits. Yeah. But that was a big game. So this game, Cowboys, and y'all better not be overlooking the Jets.
They can't afford to.
That's what I'm saying. You better not.
I mean, the O-line potentially being down, and they're talking about Tyler Smith. They said he has I think an ankle or a a knee injury. They said it was. He had an MRI. They said I think they're waiting for results. And talking about Turk potentially being out this game as well. So yeah, I mean, they're talking about giving Dak a break, but I mean, it's gonna be everyone's got to step up. You know what I'm saying? The line got to step up. I don't know how serious the injury is, but I mean, another option going down, at least from my opinion, for Turk going down. Another guy. They said they signed Paris Campbell to the practice squad, but. And I think they're gonna, once again, elevate Ryan Flournoy. I like what he was doing last week.
Well, Flournoy is on the team. Flournoy's on the team now, so we don't even have to elevate him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on the 53.
Would they elevate another wide receiver from the squad?
We elevated last week. We elevated Jalen Moreno Cropper, so we'll probably just elevate him again. Trayshawn Holden could end up getting elevated, but they didn't play Moreno Cropper at all. I think they're gonna go out there with Pickens. If Turk can't play, it'll be Pickens, Tolbert, and Flournoy. Because they damn sure not gonna play Mingo. They just opened up his practice window. So it'll be Flournoy. So Flournoy, we got you involved last game. Yeah. Come have you a game, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't want.
He's physical too.
What's up, Bill Matrico? But yeah, he is physical. But I really don't. I need Dak to have these next 2 games. I need my quarterback to have a break because he's got to be able to reserve his his energy for these high profile games. He can't be like y'all had him versus the Giants. That can't be. I can't be in shootouts. I can't be in shootouts with the Giants, y'all. Like y'all gotta help.
We've had y'all gotta help me out. That's 10 plus minutes that they've had to play, or I guess I'd say 20 extra minutes they've had to play within the first 4 weeks. Playing like you said, physical teams, playing the Giants, playing Philly. Now I know Philly was an overtime, but you're talking about playing the physical front 7, against the Giants, and then turning right around playing the Packers, who are our fast physical front. So it's it's just extra comments and giving Dak a break. Yeah, it's a lot.
I agree with that. And then we can end it, and I can stop sharing my screen. Since you can bring up the injury report, and then I will address. I think Uncle Charles had a question. He said, "Do you agree that we have to run the ball to set up the pass? And what do you think about a linebacker spying on Justin Fields?" Yeah, that's what I said, Uncle Charles. We definitely need to have a spy. We said Maris. Also, Sam Williams can do the job because Sam Williams is fast as hell. So Sam Williams can also do it.
Yes.
And you could also have now Shamar James. He did look a little bit slow, but I don't know if I don't know if he's physically slow or he was just processing things slow. I feel like he's not physically slow. I think he may have been processing things slow. But yeah, I agree. We gotta have a spy on Justin Fields. And do I agree to run the ball? Yes. I think this needs to be a heavy running game. That's what I was saying, Uncle Charles. I don't want Dak having to pass it more than 25, 27 times. Like I really don't. Like I need Dak to take the cape off, leave it on the sideline, and I agree. You want to get ahead. Don't play around with this team. Get up on them fast. Honestly, if you could. I feel like this is a game, guys. Like if y'all really, if I feel that anger from that Green Bay game is real, y'all should want to blow this team out. I'm not saying y'all will, but you should have the mindset of I want to blow this team out, and then you can see Joe Milton in the fourth quarter. But I would really like for them for my quarterback to not take a lot of hits this game, and he shouldn't because, like I said, there's really not that many threats, especially in that front seven. But we are playing a desperate team. This team. Oh, that's a good idea, Marquise Bell. Let's get him. That's a great idea, Los Altos. Let's get him involved. Marquise Bell has no business. Shout out to Law. I saw a video he put out about he was showing Marquise Bell in 2023. I was like, man, Marquise Bell was a dog. And we just buried him on the bench.
Right, I almost forgot.
We just buried him on the bench. He needs to play. So thank you for that idea, Los Altos. See, that's why we like communicating with y'all in the chat because y'all have great ideas. But yeah, this is the injury report.
Yes, fact. Yeah, it's looking like, I mean, like you guys can see Tyler Booker, Guyton, Hooker, Lamb, Miles Sanders, Tyler Smith, and Devontae Turpin all did not practice. Now, I mean, off to the side, I kind of zoomed in, but off to the side, it does say, Todd Archer did report that it's a possibility that Turpin, won't play this week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think they said during the game, Guyton had a concussion, but I think Schottenheimer mentioned that they could take, they'll talk about it into the night and going into tomorrow about whether he'll play this weekend. And then as far as the guys, possibly coming off IR, Kalen Carson, they say he was limited. I'm interested to see just how much he'll do. I mean, he really didn't get that much work in camp just because of the injury, the time that he was due to injury. So I'm wondering just how far along he was able to catch on with the defense. I mean, we see the guys who, participated in camp has been playing through 4 weeks, how they're doing on defense. So I'm wondering just how much a Kalen Carson can add. But I mean, I am, to see another body out there, to see the guy out there, to see if he can help. I mean, all hands on deck, at this point, but kind of keep going down Diggs. And then Mingo, they talk about opening up his window as well. I mean, I'm excited to see him. I don't know how soon he'll be out there, but we talk about elevating another wide receiver off the squad, someone else that can add something to this group. I mean, that's not saying it needs anything added to, because I love what we're seeing from these guys so far. But because there's really no, in my opinion, no replacing a Turpin. But I would like to see what Mingo can kind of offer. And then, of course, Murray being limited and Deron Bland coming off his foot, being a full participant. But like I mentioned earlier with the O-line, they have Smith, listed here, along with Guyton and Booker. And Guyton and Smith both being in game. And I don't know if, and just speaking of this past game, Tyler Smith had a lot of penalties in this game. I don't know if that had, I don't know exactly when the knee injury occurred. I don't know if it was late or early in the game, but him kind of an off game. It didn't seem like it really was, a Tyler Smith that we see all the time. We don't necessarily see him have penalties all the time, but with this injury kind of coming up, this early in the week, hopefully it's not that serious and we can still kind of see him out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, I think with Turpin I feel like we should let Turpin rest his game. Because remember, y'all, he had that neck. He was wearing a damn neck brace, but then he was able to play for us because we just had a lot of big games. And we need Turpin for the season. We cannot lose his explosiveness. So I feel like this is a game where you probably need to sit Turpin, just let him rest. Kalen and Mingo, it will be interesting to see what can Kalen offer us because he missed the whole offseason. And he had issues last year. But remember, y'all, we had to bench Kalen Carson last year. We had to bench him, and then we gave him a fake injury because he was not playing well. So I don't know how much we can expect from him. I'm hoping that he did the work and he took a second-year jump, but again, he missed the whole of training camp, so it's just gonna take him a while for him to even get his legs under him. Mingo as well. He didn't miss the whole training camp, but he did miss some time, so he's gonna have to get back acclimated. Kenneth Murray is who I'm a little bit scared about because Kenneth Murray, people have been confused because they keep thinking Sanborn calls the defense. Sanborn does not call the defense, guys. Kenneth Murray calls the defense. So he's the green dot. So I am a little bit nervous about that because it's like, who is your backup green dot? And if it's Sanborn, I'm going to flip a lid because that means Sanborn is not going to have. That means Sanborn is going to have to be on the field every single play. So I'm really hoping Sanborn is not the green dot because if he is, we're screwed. And then Deron Bland, his foot, he gonna be on there until that hoe heals. You know what I'm saying? But he was still a full participant, so that's good. And then can you scroll down to the Jets to see if they have any major injuries, and then we can end on this. It's been kind of a long show, but it'll be all right. Who is that? Okay, Braylon Allen. They put him on IR, so we know he's out. Michael Carter concussion. So I guess that'll be a TBD like Tyler Guyton. They just have to see if they make it through concussion protocol. Kenny Nwangu. He's a practice squad. I don't think he's actually on their roster. I think he's practice squad. Then Mason Taylor, Jarvis Brownlee, John Simpson. Jarvis Brownlee, that's their new corner. Okay. And then John Simpson, O-line. Okay. Mason Taylor, ankle. Okay, yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem like any significant. Oh, well, maybe Jermaine Johnson. But, I mean, they have Will McDonald. I don't know. Yeah, so they may be missing Jermaine Johnson, but, I mean, he's not like a world changer or anything like that. And the rest of these, so they don't really have no significant injuries. To me, these are all, like, backups or it's Mason Taylor guy. Never mind. I forgot.
Outside of Braylon.
Yeah, Braylon and then Mason Taylor. He was like, because Justin Fields targeted him a lot, but he was limited, so he's probably gonna play. But I think that's it. He said Reddy is the green dot. No, he's not. I mean, are there two green dots? Maybe, but I know for sure Kenneth Murray is the green dot. He's one of them. I don't know if they have two or not. But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. You know, we hope that we need to win these next two games. These next two games are a must win. People talk about I saw you, Brandy. You said the Jets are desperate. Hell, we desperate. We got one win. We got one win to our name. One. So there ain't no way. This ain't a trap game because a trap game is I'm walking around with my chest high. We winning out. No, we haven't won shit. And we could have easily been 0-4. We barely beat the Giants. So this is a big game for us. Should we win? Yes. Do I think we would win? Yes. If their players are serious and as angry as I think they are, they better be playing to their caliber and not down to the Jets caliber. Because Green Bay probably mollywops the Jets. They didn't mollywop you. So you got to get it together. We got to keep that communication on the back end. Linebackers, y'all made some changes. Make some more changes. Like, get Jack Sanborn off the field. Hit the road, Jack. We got to get him off the field. It's not his fault. He just doesn't have the athleticism to be a consistent starting linebacker in the NFL. It's just what it is. There's nothing else he can really do, to be better. He just doesn't have he just doesn't have it. It just is what it is. I would like to see Maris needs way more snaps. I continue to play Shamar James. Let him get comfortable. Shamar James is only 20 years old.
Correct.
Like let him. He's gonna have to grow. So continue to give him snaps. And honestly, like, you could use Clark's athleticism at least. Now, what Clark did versus the Bears game, I see why they benched him. So I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, we got to play Clark, but I feel like Clark is better than Sanborn. He may not see it like Sanborn, but he's definitely far more athletic. Right. But anyway,
he still has the ability to track the ball. He still has the ability to track the ball. And I'm with you. So I mean, playing these younger guys, at least right now in the season, it allows them the ability to be able to diagnose. At least right now, it may be slow right now, but at least later in the season, even the schedule seems tough now. But we have tougher teams down the line. So I think if the guys kind of get in the groove now, when they get in those tougher games, like you mentioned, Dak having to be ready for those games, those guys who are young now, will at least be a little bit more seasoned in the game when they get to those tough spots later down the season. And just kind of give them the final thoughts. I hope that, like you mentioned, for the next couple of weeks, I hope the Cowboys take these next 2 games seriously, because these games you're supposed to, like you say, teams you're supposed to beat, teams you're supposed to win. I hope that these guys take advantage of these, these 2 quote unquote 2 lesser teams that they're playing up against, the Jets, the Panthers, teams like that. But hope that they, not just the young guys take advantage, but also the veterans as well, use these two games as opportunities to be able to, kind of brush up on your strengths, but also to fix your weaknesses as well. So that way,
this is a game to really try to put it together. Like, we need to try to put it together this game. Put it together.
Yes, and what I mentioned earlier is like with the offense, I think if you kind of get the guys more involved now when CD does make his return, which is great. Like, Schottenheimer mentioned not putting the boot on him. The same thing with Booker. When he does return, the chemistry there, it's not going to be much fall off. CD kind of getting the groove back with Dak. But when you're able to get that chemistry going with CD, and then Pickens can produce 100+ yards. The other guys can step up. Turk can step up. Ferg can step up. Flournoy can step up. That means when this offense can really be firing, mid-season, they can really be in mid-season form. When CD is making his return. So I hope that this next game, I'll just to speak on the Jets game. I hope this next game goes well. That these guys take advantage of the opportunities that they are presented with. So that way, as the season does go on, these guys can kind of mesh better, and hopefully that the chemistry does show, and especially defensive wise, these guys hopefully can just kind of catch on. And we heard that Diggs asked to play more man, so hopefully consider.
Man, she was cooking. It just cut out.
I think he's a strong voice in that room.
Your mic is cutting out, sis. It's cutting in and out.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm not bad. I'm just saying. Hopefully, they can get an even playing field. Hopefully, help this defense, kind of elevate this game.
Facts. I agree with that. Yeah. But okay, thank y'all so much. Everybody in the chat, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channels. She'll put the banner up there with our YouTube channel names. Please subscribe to our YouTubes. And Cravin Cowboys, StarChasers Sports, just like it is there on the screen. Type that in YouTube. We should pop right up. And then also, just if you could show our Cash Apps.
Got you.
Please donate to our Cash Apps as well, guys. Excuse me. But yeah, please donate to our Cash Apps as well, so that we can continue to grow, put out good content, and get new software and stuff like that. Of course, neither of us are monetized yet. Our channels are too small. So if y'all really like our content and y'all want to show support, y'all can donate to our Cash Apps. But yeah, thank you so much for everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good night. And hopefully we will see y'all again next week.
Yes, appreciate you.
Next Wednesday.
For your time. Appreciate you.
Peace. Thank y'all.